Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to it's the GC Sports YouTube, right? But tonight we're running the Season 3 Cobra Racing Xfinity Series season opener at Daytona International Speedway. We have a brand new cast of drivers. Invites are coming out. Looks like I'm going to be going here in about 1 minute, I believe, waiting on the word to accept. But yeah, we got 20 new drivers. I believe we're going to be missing just a couple, so you guys should still be seeing 17, 18 cars, something like that, out there on the track. So should still be a pretty good time. I'm pretty excited for this. Oh, heard myself in the background. What, boy, do I sound like an idiot. Right, so looks like I'm flying solo. I am the GC Sports CEO, Venom captain here at Cobra. Aquataddy is the name. Flying solo for this broadcast. A little bit trickier this year. Usually Butters is in the booth with me. However, tonight they have an ARCA series, which is basically a free agent series. They're going to be running the Xfinity Series cars at Daytona at the same time as the true Xfinity Series. Realistically, the difference is the Xfinity Series drivers are the 5 teams. They all got to select 4 cars, 4 drivers, and those drivers will be racing for not only driver points but as well as team points. And then again, the ARCA series is free agents. At any point in time throughout the season, if one of the team's cup drivers cannot race, one of the Xfinity drivers from their team is welcome to go up and race that cup car for team points. I don't know how every team's doing it, but I know here at Venom, we put a little competition amongst the team that way. And if one of our cup drivers can't make the race, which fortunately for us, everybody can make it tonight, then so whichever one of the Xfinity guys finishes higher in that race gets to be the guy to advance. So looking forward to the season, really excited. I don't have a full list of drivers. It is the season opener. Last week there was only 9 drivers in the dash, or duels we call them, right? So you're gonna have to bear with me. Also, again, as I said, I'm the only broadcaster out here. I do like to talk, and I do like to talk to myself, so maybe this will work out well, but only time will tell. And I'll tell you, it's a lot harder to do the broadcast by yourself, especially when you're just sitting in waiting to be allowed to accept the invites. I should be able to join anytime, though. Race timer was supposed to already be going. Bear with me a second while I try to find out the information. I do not have an in-race reporter. I do not have another broadcast because I like to check on you guys and see how that's all going, right? Like, I could check on a few people's other personal YouTubes, kind of see how many laps are left and stuff. I do believe this is 2 times wear with stages for the Xfinity drivers. I could be wrong, and I'm not going to know when the last lap is, but the best way to know when it's the last lap is to be able to once you start seeing people make a move, it's pretty obvious that that's the last lap or so. We're going to see a lot of single file racing. Unfortunately, nobody wants to see that, but it is Daytona. We're going to see a lot of people trying to hook up with their teammates that maybe they've yet to be able to work with. We're going to see a few outside moves. We're going to see some late blocks. We're going to have all sorts of fun. So let's see how it goes. I should be allowed to join at this time, and I sure can. So I'm gonna blue screen for a second. You can still hear my ugly voice, and now we're gonna well, that's not good. One of the invites I couldn't use. It says 22 drivers on my screen. Accurate. We are going to have, let's see, looks like 19 drivers are in the field tonight, so good showing. 60 lap race, that's what we got here tonight. And 18 drivers because Sauce forgot to back out of the lobby. Attaboy, Sauce. 1 job, and you start the season making a mistake on it. Again, bear with us. Sauce kind of new to setting this up, and this is one of the first times I believe that they've had to do the single car invites, get everybody in a particular order. So there was a dash or duel. 9 cars showed up. Those 9 start in their respective order. From there on, it is everybody else was just get an invite and accept it. All right, Sauce is pulled over. I ain't seen a car flipping. That's Broadcaster Clay. It doesn't look like he actually flipped, though. It looks like that was just maybe some lag. I'm not 100% certain. That was weird. You guys seen it on your screen. Peaceful Tim in the number 7, as well as Broadcaster Clay. Those guys are teammates. They worked really well last Friday night in the duels. They finished P1, they finished P2, and that's how they got to start together here in... well, I don't know why that skipped to NRG. He shouldn't have been in so early, but he's in the number 4 machine, the 98 Ty Racing. He's doing all he can, as he's the only Ford sitting up here in the top 5 in that number 98 machine. JMW in the 44. Mr. Williams, that's the number 20 machine. He raced last week as well. Awesome. In the 51. I believe he raced, but I'm not 100% certain. Kleinboy in the 1, he did race. Monster Racing in the 18. He would be teammates with Mr. Williams there. Mopow and Nuka in the 07, racing for Eclipse Motorsports. Daha Jr., one of the Venom drivers, there in the 21. Higgy in the 0, another Venom driver. Only 3 of them in the field tonight, and their nose to tail right here as we see the 4, the 21, and the 0 working together. I like it. Bass Fishing, last season he was a Cup driver. This season he is an Xfinity driver, showing that he wants to get back up to the big stakes of the Cup in this number 92. Colleague Fan 36, Memory 54, Freedom Flyer in the 08, the only taker to the outside right now. Nos Racing the 22 Ford Mustang machine, Cushing pushing in the 9, and I believe that rounds up the field, and sure enough it does. We're going to get back to your race leader here, number 7, Peaceful Tim, still working well with his teammate Broadcaster Clay. Sorry about the silence there, guys. Had to let the dog out. You know the song "Who Let the Dogs Out"? Well, that was me just barely. Right. Haha. Great joke. I know. I'm horrible at this. Trying to pull up our list so everybody can know who is on what teams. Let's see. Peaceful Tim and Broadcaster Clay. I know they have Kleinboy on their team. Trying to figure out the rest here. Bear with me. Alright, so that would be Sauce's team. They have Kleinboy, Broadcaster Clay, Cushing pushing in the 9, and Peaceful Tim. So that is, they're looking for Kleinboy and Cushing pushing to try to work their way up to the front, but Cushing pushing did start last, so that's going to be a difficult one. Mopower Energy, this would be the next team. Again, I spoke about him. Higgy and Jr., which are sitting P6, 7, and 8 right now, I believe, on that inside line, the RCR machine and the JD Chevys. Next car racing, Ty Racing would be the next one in line, looking like he races for Chewy. Teammates are going to be Nos Racing, Colleague Fan, who I'm not 100% sure I've seen out there, Bass Fishing, and right, so Nos, Colleague, Bass, and Ty Racing are the teammates. JMW races for, I believe, yep, Chase Beatty and Eclipse. That is Mopow and Nuka, Freedom Flyer, Awesome, and JMW. So all 4 of their cars are out there. Mr. Williams, this should be the 5th team, I believe it is, right? So Gator Mike's team, the Gas Motorsports, Gorilla Auto Sports, is Monster, Memory, Swamp Fox, who's not here, and Mr. Williams. So 2 drivers missing tonight are OG Info and Swamp Fox. We're starting to see the outside try to make a run. Ty Racing and Awesome out there are going absolutely nowhere. But let's see. Front of the pack now, Mopow and Nuka. Looks like he's working with Mopow, NRG, and the other 2 Venom racers of Daha and Higgy in the number 0. Really excited to see this. Higgy in the 0, right? Last season he was one of the final 4 drivers in the Cup Series. Yes, you heard that right, the Cup Series. He has dropped down to the Xfinity Series this season because of scheduling conflict, so I expect to see him up front just about every week that he shows up. There are a few weeks he's going to miss, but he's teamed with a whole bunch of rookies, right? So NRG, Daha, OG Info when he's here in 2 weeks, right? Those guys are all rookies to the league. Mopow and Nuka, a rookie to the league. So currently, rookies sitting P1, P2, and P3. First Cobra return driver here sitting P4 in that number 0 of Higgy. Looks like Peaceful Tim and Broadcaster Clay. I don't know if it was intentional, right? I didn't really see it. I was looking up all the information. But looks like they have dropped back and picked up their teammate, the number 1 machine of Klein Boy. Sorry. So there is 3 cars working together, and then I see the 18 and the 54. That's Memory and Monster. Those 2 are working together. Another set of teammates, and then we have JMW with Awesome. That's another set of teammates. And who's that behind them? The OA to Freedom. So also a member with Awesome and JMW. So as we're seeing the field, we're seeing exactly what you want to see if you're a captain. Teammates with teammates with teammates. We do have some guys that have lost the draft. All 4 of these cars working together. Even though they're not teammates, they're going to go try to catch Ty Racing in that 98. Make it a 5-car pack. Cushion pushing, though, he's in trouble. Having no draft help here at all. Okay, Sludge out there, I'm guessing you're in the ARCA series, yeah? But, yeah, that would be, this is the Xfinity series. The ARCA series is going on live right now on the Cobra broadcast. You could check that out and see your competition if you want to, or you could stay here. I say that, and I don't see the Cobra broadcast up, so maybe they're setting up their race. I'm not really sure what's going on there. They should be live though, right? Denkate's racing that one. Looks like 12 drivers here out of the 18 in the race are all together. So still a pretty good little pack up here. Kind of what I expected to see. You know, I told you guys it's going to be single file. The 18 looks like he was able to get underneath the 1 car. The 1 Klein Boy is going to fall back and lose his teammate. So good move by the 18 there. You really got to do that if you see that it's all teamwork by teamwork by teamwork in front of you. You have to separate those guys, or it's going to be almost impossible for you to make a move because you know the teammate's going to stick together, right? So the 18 and the 54, they have been able to separate the 1 from the back end of the 7 and the 8. But I'll be honest, right here, even though they're not teammates, the 07, his name is Mo Power Nuka, and the 4 is Mo Power Energy. These guys are good friends, so I'm assuming they're going to work together. You got the 21 and the 0 that are teammates with Energy, so essentially, even though Nuka's not a true member of that team, you have to kind of assume that's like a 4-car team pack up front. As we see the 7 of Peaceful Tim, he sticks his nose out to make a move, but oddly enough, the 8 car did not go with him, and I think it has to do everything with the 18 and the 54, separating the 1 car from these guys and not exactly pushing the issue, right? Like, so they're laying off of Clay a little bit, and I think if the 7 and 8 were to both go out, you're going to look at the 18 and the 54 try to just take over a top 5 spot there. And okay, all right. So I see why the ARCA series is not live yet. I forgot they still had to qualify. They did not have duels. Being this is a 60-lap race, I'd assume stage 1 to be 18 to 20 laps, right? And then stage 2 probably the same with about a 25-lap stage 3. So these guys are probably about 15 laps in, if I were to assume. So they got to, or 10 to maybe 12 laps in, something like that, right? So they got to be coming to an end here of stage 1 shortly. We'll start knowing as, again, those top 4 cars looks like they're content with just riding, but I'm guessing that right after that we're going to start seeing these guys start making moves at the very last lap or so. Seeing a little bit of a mix-up. The 18 now, he has lost the draft. The 7 was able to separate the, sorry, not the 7. The 54 was able to separate the 8 from the 7 now. But you have, behind those 4 cars up front, you now have one of the 7 of Sauce's team. Then you have Mike's team, or sorry, Gas, sitting there in 6th. And then you got another one of the Sauce's team, Sauce Motorsports. Before you start seeing some people making moves on the outside, it's going to be really hard for that inside line to make a move from that 7 of Peaceful Tim on. There's just not that many cars working together down there, so it will make it pretty difficult. And to those viewing, which we got 5 live right now, if you guys are interested, right now on the Cobra E-Racing Network, so this is the first time they've ever had 2 broadcasts simultaneous, one here on the GC Sports Network and one on the Cobra Esports Network. We have the ARCA race is getting ready to go. The qualifying just ended. They just went live. CEO of Cobra is hosting that, and that would be Old Man Butters or GTR Old Man Butters, something like that. Right, so yeah, if you guys want to tune in over there or keep swapping back and forth, it's welcome. Look, I'm seeing that I have 5 viewers, right? I'm probably one of them because I'm watching, but that means there's 4 other viewers out there. I know Sludge just commented, but we have other people out there, right? So let's get some comments. Who you guys got here? Are you liking what you're seeing? I'm seeing pretty good racing here by the Xfinity Series to this point. It's getting pretty dicey. I'm starting to see an outside lane, mixing it up as, oh, now NRG goes to the outside of Nuka. This has got to be the final lap of the stage. These guys have decided to split up. They're 3 wide for second. Looks like contact between them. I'm going to have to go with Nuka wins the stage. I believe Higgy actually got inside both of his teammates and finished P2 there. Peaceful Tim may even have beat the 21. I'm not 100% certain. The Venom group just didn't look real formed up. Otherwise, NRG should have ended up with that stage win. But all in all, good race here, stage 1. I'm assuming we're about a third of the race in. Again, 15 to 18 laps probably. And we're sitting at about 40 laps to go here in this race. Thank you to all the viewers out there not talking. This has been a blast. It's going to be interesting here this time, right? We had all the drivers. Oh, looks like JMW stays out. Looks like he's the only car not to pit. Then the 21 of Daha out there on the outside lane. You have Nuka on the inside in the 07. Ty was able to drop down in front of the 4. Good team strategy there by the Venom drivers, as now they've been able to allow Daha to get back in, right? So the 7 is losing his draft help already. You have the 54, I believe that's Mr. Williams, now no longer has any draft. And I'll be with you guys in just a second. Really dicey from about 6th place on back, as we're seeing Peaceful Tim on the inside. Ty Racing was on the outside. He's now to the bottom. Looks like Awesome in the 08 trying to make a move. Bass Fishing in the 92. The 8 of Broadcaster Clay up there right now with Mr. Williams. No, the 54 is not Mr. Williams. Who was the 54? Let's find out. Memory. So apologies. I remember Mr. Williams is in the 20, so my apologies there. Memory, keep calling you the wrong name. That outside line's rolling pretty good. Climboy in the 1, looking like he's having a hard time. But up front for the lead, Mopow Nuka makes a move to the outside. This is on JMW. That's going to let this inside line collect and probably go. Oh, Broadcaster Clay makes a bold move to the bottom, but the 1 car was still there. He puts him on the apron. No harm, no foul, as they all save it. The 18 in the wall in the back. I just seen they were 3 wide. Cushion pushing was unable to handle it there in the middle of the track, and the 9 car ended up in the wall. Unfortunate tail of events there for Monster Racing, but that Monster Racing Toyota will be back here for stage 3 for sure. I believe we have cautions on as well, so we have seen a little bit of carnage. Again, I saw the 18 get bumped in the wall, but again, they should be back 3 wide here for 5th place, I believe, as the Venom team as well as Nuka were able to get to the bottom. We have Daha sitting here in 2nd with the 0 of Higgy now in front of the 4 NRG. Last stage we saw NRG pushing Nuka the whole time. This time we're seeing Daha, then Higgy, now NRG as your top 4 spots. But the battle is on here for 6th as JMW side by side with Awesome in the 08. Peaceful Tim doing his best to stay with that front 4 group, and he seems to be pushing the ever-living heck out of that number 4 machine. If you're the 7 car at this point, that's exactly what you need to do. You actually need to stay on the bumper of the 4. Try to stay as close to the left rear as you can. As a team captain, right, I don't want him to be able to separate these guys, but if I was Long Live the Sauce or Long Live the Sauce Motorsports, you really got to separate these top 4. They've worked really well together. They went to the outside, made passes together. They're showing a lot. Oh, Climboy to the infield. He goes back up. He takes out the 98. Then he takes out the 08. Then he goes back down and catches the 22. And he just kept going all over the place and is essentially taking out the whole second part of this field. That's unfortunate. We now have 5, 6, 7 cars in the lead pack. 92 of Bass Fishing sitting there in 7th place. Good run by him. We have Peaceful Tim in the 7. We have JMW in the 44, Broadcaster Clay in the 8, and Bass Fishing in the 92. So if you wanted to work together with an unlikely ally, you do have 2 of the Sauce Motorsports with the 7 and the 8, right? Then you have JMW running for, I believe, Chase Beatty. And then you have the Bass Fishing maybe also running for Chase Beatty. I don't know. I mentioned it earlier. Bass Fishing is racing for Chewy. So Chewy's the Bass Fishing is the top Chewy driver. So those 5 are going to have to work together if they want to beat these top 4. As I say that, the 8 of Broadcaster Clay gets shoved out of line. This pack here, I don't care who you are, you can't make a move. You don't have many laps left. As I say that, colleague fan in the 36, so he is here racing. So I'm not sure who we were missing off the list, right? But bold move. I'm seeing the 08 of Awesome. He's now up there. These guys have no chance if they're going to keep doing that. You have to line up. You have strength in numbers at a track like this, right? I think there's 7 cars in this pack as well. So it's going to be the group that stays in line the best is going to make up the time. So if these guys want any opportunity of being able to catch those leaders, they're just going to have to hold their line and stay nose to tail through on the straightaways. Give a little bit of space in the corners, but that front pack seems to be in better shape right now than these guys, and that's really unfortunate if you're in the back of the pack right now. Broadcaster Clay has fallen to the back of this group, and I'm gonna be honest, right? So I think that's a good move. We seen last week at the duels, Broadcaster Clay, he is a controller driver, right? So I didn't know that, of course, when I was calling him out. I want to formally apologize to that. I was calling him out a little bit last week for some of his bold moves. But they weren't really bold moves. They're just, you're tapping a joystick trying to hold this at 200 miles an hour. It's difficult, right? But I agree. I like that, him falling to the back. If this 4-car pack's going to make a move on the 4 cars in front, then they're really going to have to do work together the best they can. Broadcaster Clay's doing all he can do to get to his teammate in the 7. Little contact there. He was slightly under the 44 JMW. JMW come down a little bit, caught his nose. No harm, no foul. Bass Fishing just riding around, no teammates. 44, no teammates. We're just going to have to wait till the end here. I don't see the top 4 making any moves. I don't see the 7 making any moves right now. I don't think it's a logical idea to do so. And honestly, even if I'm the back 3, if I'm JMW, Broadcaster Clay, if I'm Bass Fishing, there's no real reason to make a move right now. There are stage points awarded to the top 10. You're guaranteed at least 3 stage points right now. You can wait until the final lap, make a move. The worst you can finish is 8th if you make your move on the exit of 4. Even if you wreck, as long as you cross the line, looks like you got a good 2.5 to 3 second lead over that second pack. So, I like it. If I'm in this front pack, I really like what I'm doing. And that's where the struggle comes for the second pack, right? So if you're in that second group of 7, like we're seeing Cushion pushing in front of Memory, in front of Kleinboy. Kleinboy's the first one out. He's in 11. Only 10 get stage points. The 9 signaling he's going to pit. Bold move, Cotton. Aha! Celtics out there said, Mo Power, baby. Well, I can't deny Mo Power's in the lead. And Nuka's led the whole race. He's not on your team there, Celtics, but Nuka's doing a great job. These guys might be coming to the end, or I really think this has to do with the 9 going down onto the apron. He didn't pit. He put all his tires down there via real NASCAR rules. That's still a penalty if you gain position, but he didn't gain any position. He did cost a lot of drivers positions though, right? So he didn't come back on track and force somebody up, so no harm, no foul, right? But you say one of the other guys had done that and then come back up and move the guy, the penalty would be on the driver that went below the apron. But we're just seeing a lot of this in this second pack, that every time I check it out, they're not single file. Somebody's trying to make a move, and there's just, I don't know about you guys, but in racing, it's all about trying to get to first or do the best you can. The best these guys could have done is caught that front pack and gotten into the top 8. The best they're going to do now is battle for 9th place. So unfortunate, but that looks like that's about how it's going to be. Going to get back to the front here as we're seeing these 3, Monster Racing, Mr. Williams, and Ty Racing. These guys struggling in the back. Mopow Nuka still in front of Duha Jr., Higgy, and Mopower NRG. So 2 of the Mopower guys, the only 2 Mopower guys in this race, sitting in the top 4. Peaceful Tim stuck his nose out. I don't think he was trying to make a pass, so to say there. I think he was actually trying to help the 8 car catch up to him and hope there was a gap there. It didn't happen. It didn't pan out. But, right, so, yeah. Here we go, coming down to the front stretch, getting ready to go in the trial. 7 still sticking his nose out there, so maybe it's not. I'm not sure what's going on. Looks like 4 got a little tight, caught the 7 car, bumped him up a little. JMW now has moved into 5th place. Trying to check out here on the other race what's going on. I can't quite tell. Looks like Nike Boy Will running up in the front. These guys have custom paint schemes as well, right? So really hard to tell who's who over there. So I'm going to stop doing that. We got to be coming down to just a couple laps left here. I'm still seeing Peaceful Tim, that 7, still trying to make moves. He got down in front of his teammate, Broadcaster Clay. The 21 sticks his nose out. Oh, all of the Venom guys going to the outside of Nuka. Looks like Daha is going to get stage number 2 win. That's got to be the only reason they made a move right there, is to end the stage, right? And sure enough, 21 of Daha is going to get stage win, followed by Mopow and Nuka. Then you have the 0 of Higgy and the 4 of Energy. I believe JMW got 5th, but don't quote me on that, as I'm not 100% certain. Also, I believe Energy was getting me results for the Xfinity. I probably won't get them till race end, but thank you to anybody that does that. All right, look, this is huge. We're entering stage 3, okay? We haven't had a single caution, so you can't expect there to be cautions, right? We saw 8 cars in that lead pack there at the end. All because of minor incidents, right? The 1 car got down on the apron in the corner. He may have caught the glitch. That may have been what happened, right? This game has a glitch entering 3 and 4. Either way, he ended up on the apron, lost a lot of the field, the draft. You don't want that. There's no... Oh, Awesome is out of the race in the 51. Okay, and I thought Awesome was the 08. So apologies. Going to find who the 08 is so I can apologize to them. That is Freedom Flyer. So my bad. Every time I've talked about Freedom Flyer, I've said the wrong person's name. Let's see. Monster Racing is in the lead up front. Looks like Pit Strategy has given him the lead as he's in front of Daha, Higgy, and Peaceful Tim now on the inside. Nuka is yet to be able to get to the bottom. He looks like he's going to have a hole right in front of Energy. Daha is going to the outside, though. I was going to say by himself, but here comes Higgy, Team Venom, trying to go to the outside yet again. They have help with the 7 of Peaceful Tim, the 07 of Nuka, the 4 of NRG, the 44 of JMW. The 7 cleared the 18, went to drop to the bottom. I didn't know if it was going to pan out. And now he's going to have to, right? So he went too low. The outside lane was able to stay formed up on the outside of him. And now we're seeing those 4 cars yet again pulling the outside. But the 7 of Peaceful Tim is going to try to keep a move as the 18 of Monster is pushing all he can. Those 4 cars are able to get down. Leaves the 9 of Cushion pushing high and dry. That's a bold move. I really feel like if the 7 would have stayed up there, keeping these guys separated when they dropped, he could have dropped. Maybe stay up there a little bit longer and bring your 8 and the 9 car together with you. But I'm seeing a lot of crazy moves. I'm a little nervous for what's going to happen as they enter this corner 3 wide. Cushion pushing in the middle. Monster on the outside. Last time we seen that exact same deal, Monster lost the draft because of it. There in the back, I seen yet again, 18, right? Monster going down the straightaway. He turned left, got into the side of Freedom Flyer. Freedom Flyer got all sorts out of shape. Monster ends up in the wall, and both cars lose the draft. Man, you hate seeing that. It's too early for some of that reckless racing, right? Like, I mean, you want to get to the bottom, but you can hold your own on the top, right? Like, you don't have to make these bold moves. I'm seeing Bass Fishing up to the top side all by himself, so he's going to go from P5, I believe, all the way back to most likely P16, 17 here. Oh, he's able to get in. No, he's not. The 54 does not allow it. Memory said you're not just going to cut my nose off like that. I'm going to try to catch on to Bass Fishing here as he's still losing spots on the outside. He needs to get the RPMs up and drop right here behind the 98 as soon as he can. You got to get down if you're Bass Fishing. You got to hold on to that draft. You do not want to lose it. And I'm fearing that I think he just lost it. And the results are in on that statement. And Bass Fishing is now a solo driver on the track. And I'm seeing it with the 08 Freedom Flyer and the 18. If I'm Bass Fishing, I'm backing up to the 08. If I'm the 08, I'm backing up to the 18. You three are going to do horrible laps. If you hook up anybody else that loses the draft, you guys will be able to catch, pass, and then have more numbers on your group here. So it's interesting what it's doing. Drugfest had the one hit glitch. That's what I was saying, right? So it was right at the entrance of that corner, right? And to everybody that's ever played this game, if your left side tires are below the apron when you go to enter 3 and 4, it does put you on the glitch, and you're not in control of your car, right? Shot him onto the apron. He went flying back up on the track. You don't have control that whole time, and by the time you get back control of your car, you're usually bouncing off somebody, right? And that looked exactly like what happened there. So unfortunate events for Kleinboy, but luckily it was only in stage 2, right? So he's back here in stage number 3 now. The person that I'd say has the Goodies Heartache Award here is Monster. I think he's lost the draft in all 3 stages, so unfortunate for him. Still just scrolling through the field for you guys. Got Mr. Williams. We haven't talked about him a whole lot except for when I thought he was in the 54 car. Kleinboy, the highlight of his race so far was when he was on the apron as far as the conversation. But he is up here working with his teammate Cushion, pushing in the 9 and the 7 of Peaceful Tim. So these guys are trying to make a move. They're getting around the number 22 of my best friend, Nos Racing 17, in that 22 Ford Mustang. Mopao at Nuka, I believe he's sitting in P3 right now, as he is behind Daha and Higgy up there. Bass Fishing, we talked about him losing the draft. Colleague Fan 16, I thought as I first scrolled through the field that he was one of the people that I missed in the race. That is not true. He's in the 36, so he's doing a pretty good job up here behind the gas drivers, the Mr. Williams and Memory. So shout out to Colleague Fan, he's doing a good job. Last season he was in the 16 machine, so maybe that's why I didn't recognize him. Memory 54, Freedom, we spoke about him and the troubles earlier. Nos Racing in this 22. He wasn't in the draft that whole last stage. He lost it in that big melee with the 1 car. He's doing a pretty good job here. I like what he's doing about not pushing the 36. Unfortunately, he does have that team set right behind him, the Sauce Motorsports cars. They're going to try to keep making a move on him, and eventually they'll get a good enough run and pass a couple guys and probably get down in front of the 22. 22's only teammate, the 98 of Ty Racing, is a little further back. 54 Memory all over the place. Tries coming back up on track, which again, I spoke about it earlier. That is not legal. If you're the one that goes down on the apron, the double yellow line, the guy behind you, above you, wherever, the moment you go below the apron, they are allowed to take that spot. And you are not allowed to come back up on the track. They don't have to let you. Most drivers will let you come back up on the track, but you cannot advance position. So as soon as you got down there and the 22 got to the outside of you, if you make the pass, that's an advancement of position. The 7 that looked like he didn't want that anyways, went down and bumped 54, said you're not doing this anyway. So we now have a 4 or 5 car pack that had just lost that. Unfortunate for that whole group. Cushion pushing the 44 JMW, Ty Racing the 98, and the 54 Memory. So unfortunate events for those guys. Peaceful Tim now has 1 teammate in the front group instead of all 4, as he has broadcaster Clay sitting up there in front of the 20 of Mr. Williams. 7 bounced off the wall. I'm not sure what happened right there. He's going to have to work hard to stay in the draft, but this actually helps that second group, right? Because the 7 is so far off that lead pack that now the second pack's going to be able to catch the 7. But if the 7 can hang on to their draft, this would actually suck all those cars back up. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Looks like the 7's just going to lose it, and he stays in front of that second pack. Man, with all the momentum they had, if he'd have pulled to the outside, he could have caught the tail end of them, and they could have flown and then had an extra car to keep their momentum up. But hopefully they can catch back up. Those guys have been having a good race. Peaceful Tim has been in the top 5 all night long in that number 7 machine, so he's got a good little hot rod that maybe he can catch these guys. I'm expecting to see cautions this time. Not caution, sorry, green flag pit stops. I'm expecting to see some of those. And looks like that second pack is going to catch. They are back in the draft. Looks like they have that 22 car. If not, they will by the time we get back to the front stretch. Still got some viewers out there that I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. Who's our fan favorites? Who's our team favorites, right? Let's hear it. Who we got out there? We got Chewy with the BBR, Big Black Bear Racing. We got Eclipse. We got Lost in the Sauce Motorsports. We have Gas, Gorilla Autosports, and we have Venom Race Team out there. So who we liking? Right now it's Venom in the lead, P1 and P2, but the Eclipse Motorsports with New Kebab's been running top 4 all night long working with those guys. So just give me a holler. Let me know who you guys like, which team you like at this point in the stage. And if you're a Cup driver or just a fan, the Cup race will be coming up here shortly around 9:30, so not really that short, about an hour from now. Monster, I don't know what's going on with him. The 18 car is like not moving, like he's out of fuel, which may be. I said I expected green flag pit stops, and we haven't seen them yet. Only time will tell, right? We'll see them eventually. I know that over there in the ARCA race, looks like some really good stuff going on over there. Seeing a lot of side-by-side stuff. Brinkerhoff's battling on the outside for the lead. 4 or 5 guys behind them. Pretty good racing going on that side. RJ Smitty's cheering Fanuka for Team Eclipse. I don't like it. Just because Smitty's cheering for the 07 car, all of a sudden, I don't want the 07 car up there anymore. Just kidding, Smitty. Thanks for tuning in, bud. Bassett and Freedom at least caught up to each other. The 18 coming off pit road now. He was one of those slower guys. Maybe Bass and the Freedom will be able to catch Monster, even though Monster's 2 laps down now. Have somebody to work with trying to get up here. But as long as these guys stay nose to tail, let's be honest, Bass and them, they have no chance of catching these guys. There's absolutely no chance. However, if there is green flag pit stops, you have speeding penalties, stuff like that, there is an opportunity to have. Somebody said the 22 is lagging in the Discord. I'm not seeing it on my screen. I'm seeing weaving in and out, right, but I'm not seeing any true lagging. That doesn't mean he's not, right? I'm just saying, on my point of view, I'm not seeing it. He goes to the outside. Looks like he's going to let these guys go and fall to the rear. Looks like he's going to fall in line here behind the 98 is High Racing. The Ada broadcaster, Clay, he's now been pushed to the outside. Don't know what happened there, but he was up 5th, 6th place, something like that. Yeah, he's going to lose some. JMW, bad place to try to make that move. I've probably done it 200 times though myself. He went to go help the 8 car on the outside, but he's carrying so much momentum. When you're entering a corner and you try to go to the outside, your car will always shoot way up high, and if you don't lift, you're going to end up in the wall. JMW just found that out firsthand, and hopefully the 22 in NOS Racing can push that 44 car back up to him. They almost lost the draft, but they were indeed able to keep up. So good job there by those 2 drivers. Yeah, that's the 22 in NOS Racing. He's my best friend. Unfortunate to see him out there lagging and not contending. 8 car drifted up a little bit, caught his own teammate, the 9. They were 3 wide. Looks like all these guys are going to be able to keep the draft, though, but that was crazy. As we're seeing the Venom and New Kebab, those guys are all coming to pit road right now. Of course, it won't. I mean, you just swap over to them. Looks like they got on pretty clean. They were the early cars to go to pit road, and honestly, I got to tell you, that was a good time to pit. These guys were all over the place. They were all spread out. If there's only about 2-3 laps left in the tank, that wasn't a bad time to do it while these guys are breaking up, because now those 4 cars will come off of pit road, and they should be able to link up as they have been the whole race, and as long as they can set some good laps, they won't lose a whole lot. 22 just signaled, 98 just signaled. Looks like the Ford camp is going to be coming to pit road now. Not so sure when the rest of these guys are going to pit, but Mr. Williams out in front of the pack with Memory sitting there, P2, and the Fords do pull off. Looks like the 36 of Colleague Fan joined them. So we have Lost in the Sauce Motorsports, all 4 of their drivers sitting right here. Nope, sorry, I don't see Kleinboy. I don't see the 1 car. That's the 44 JMW there, as these guys are working with the 2 Toyotas. And looks like the Venom team and Eclipse is back out on the track just in front of these guys. They've not yet organized. I'm a little shocked to see that. These guys have all ran a lot together, and they haven't lined up just yet. Looks like they're getting together right now. I've seen a slight glitch out of the 20 machine. I don't know if that was a real glitch or not. But I'm assuming once these guys do come to pit road, we're probably looking at about 10, 12 laps left in that ballpark. 7 viewers. We hit a new high for the race. All right. Maybe it's because I tuned in on 2 devices or something. I don't know. Or I'm all 7 devices. Looks like every one of these drivers just went below the line. If not all of them did, then I know for a fact that the 20 machine did, right? So looks like these guys are going to be pitting, or they caught the glitch on the exit 2, one or the other. Yep, it was a glitch off too, I guess, because 0 of them are pitting. Going up with these guys, the Venom and Eclipse cars, they have linked up, right? But now they have those 2 Fords. If the Fords are able to link up, you've got a 6-car pack there, if possible for them to hook up, right? And so if that 22 and the 98 can hook on the tail of these 4, they're going to be setting some pretty good laps going back here with the lead pack, which you can see that other group right up there in front of them. So when you come to pit road, going so slow is miserable, right? But this front pack is just not tight-knit like they need to be to get rid of that Venom team off the group, right? Like, they're leaving that gap between 3rd and 4th, and you can leave a gap, but that looked like almost half a second right there, a little bit too big. They still haven't come to pit road. So bold move. I'm assuming these guys are going to run the tank dry and take 0 fuel, while the Venom group probably went and pit about halfway through the race. Scrolling through the field. Ka-chow. Awesome out of the race. Kleinboy alone. Monster alone. Bass Fishing alone. Colleague Fan got Freedom Flyer. And they hit somebody else, actually, that looked like maybe Monster, the black car they were catching. Those 2 Fords were able to catch up to these guys, so that's going to help them. Back to the lead pack, though. Maybe they saved fuel. I don't know. Unless the Venom group and Venom and Eclipse group for sure just waited pit halfway. I'm not 100% certain what we're seeing here. It's a bold strategy, but it is 6 and 6, right? Because there is those 4 plus the 2 Fords, and I believe that Venom line is a little bit straighter than these guys and not giving that big gap. And so with the even numbers, they are probably pulling a slightly better lap. I say that, I don't know. I'm not on the track. I can't see the telemetry. I have no idea. This is just a guesstimate. But with the 44 kind of hanging back as strong as he does in the corners, I'm not 100% certain that they're going as fast as the other group. 44 went down below the apron. I don't know if maybe he's going to be... Nope, that's front stretch. He's not pitting. 8 viewers now. All right, numbers are growing. Any viewer at all, if you got contact with one of the guys and you know how many laps are left, go ahead and give me a shout in the YouTube land. Let me know, as I'm lost, per usual. I mean, I'm always confused, right? Alright, that one, I know I've been confused the whole race, but to me, this is a clear signal that these cars are getting ready to pit. The 7 did not go below the yellow line to signal, but I think they got so jambled. The rest of his team did, right? Like, they got to be going to pit road together as a group here. Now it's to see if they all get on there clean. Everybody's still going in really, really hot. 54, really hot. 8, really hot. 20, really hot. 7, 44, 9 looks like they got in pretty clean. 1 car Kleinboy, he's leaving pit road now. 18 did hook up with the 36 and the 08. I'm gonna go to this other pack, right? The Venom with the Fords and Nuka, right? So 3 teams here incorporated, but kind of see where they come out in comparison to the rest of those guys. And we're up to a 9th viewer. All right. Hunter Manley out there says, who has that Mo power? Right now, just Nuka and NRG as they sit. I can't even tell you what position, right? But I can tell you that other group split up bad. The 9 got out well ahead of the 20 and the 54. Let's see. Let's try to track all those guys down real quick. 54, the Venom Group already passed them. They're catching the rest of them, right? So they got, looks like Broadcaster Clay may be the leader. Yeah, so right now I have the 8 cars lead. That other group is going to be up to speed right now, getting ready to pass these guys. They're getting ready to overwhelm the 44 of JMW. This should be for third. I don't know the lap count remaining. UK Wildcats out there in YouTube, thanks for tuning in, bud. Looks like Mo Power Chat out here in the in YouTube land as they're rooting on their boys. Duh, going now to the outside of the 7 and the 8. That's Broadcaster Clay and Peaceful Tim. 7 just puts the 21 on the wall. But honestly, I don't think it's going to matter, right? Strength of numbers here. The 0 of Higgy is going to drop to the bottom. It's going to work with those guys. I can't say that was a block. It wasn't a block. 7 just put the 21 in the wall. But we're going to see as we now have the 3 Venom drivers and Nuka on the outside, and we have the rest of the field on the inside as this is a lead pack group. I just don't think 4 cars is going to be enough to beat 5 on the bottom. But time will tell. It is all about who goes the straightest line. The inside line is nervous about that outside line as they are going up and trying to do the side draft. I will say this pass would have already been completed. Again, one of the cars hitting the wall. It is what it is. But during this whole process, the cushion pushing in the 9 lost the draft. 44 just caught that glitch, so that's 4 on 4, but there's only 3 on the inside hooked up. So that outside lane should get a pretty good little push here. Drunk Fest didn't need the 8 to block them. The 7 did it for him. The 8 down below the apron almost took off the nose of his own teammate in the 7. Pretty good side-by-side racing here to this point. 7 is getting under his teammate in the 8. Maybe this is the last lap. Not 100% certain. Yeah, I would assume it is. Their teammates are beating the crap out of each other. And the 8 put the 7 on the apron. 7 took out 2 of the cars down the bottom. 8 still hitting his teammate on the bottom. Now I'm sure one of the guys on the outside is going to end up in the wall. It's got to be the last lap. I don't know why else they would take everyone out of the race right there. 07 Anuka gets down on with the 7. They did not make a move to the outside, so maybe it is not the last lap yet. No, they're still racing. They're still under green. Looks like the 07 setting back a little bit. Honestly, those front 2 are in trouble right now. That other pack of 4 can just go whenever they want. Of course, those top 2, the front 2 are going to block. That's a given, right? 7 tries to make a block. 07 still has the run. The 98 is going to go with the outside lane. Yeah, there's just power numbers again, right? 2 on 6 right now. That inside lane's in trouble as Nuka gets the lead. NRG. I'm assuming these guys are going to stay up and bring their teammates before they can drop. Maybe the 98. 98 does not. Oh, he is able to squeeze in front of the 8 of Broadcaster Clay. Good move by Ty Racing there. I say that now. Ty Racing's on the apron. I looked down at the YouTube and missed what just happened. I'm not sure. But 7 of Peaceful Tim, he's now in P5. JMW, what a run by him as he's sitting in P6. Peaceful Tim trying to make a move to the outside, but he has 0 help trying to do this by himself. That's unfortunate tail of event. 44 is not going to go with them. 8 of Broadcaster Clay is going to go to the outside trying to help Peaceful Tim out. Maybe it's the last lap. That looks like that was the finish. Looks like Nuka gets the win. NRG in second. Not sure who got third there. I'm going to blue screen for a second, guys, so I can try to get these up in here. Okay, I added Nuka. Energy is already in here. I don't know. I'm not sure who else to invite. Oh, sorry. I got your blue screen still. I'm thinking Higgy got third, right? But I don't actually have an answer. Find out soon. More power, more power, more power. Yeah, it looks like they got the sweep, right? So I know Nuka and Energy were P1 and P2. I can only imagine that Higgy was third. But again, I have no idea. Also, still waiting for anybody to join. We got one to join. Energy. Looks like Higgy got third. Okay, so I'm going to blue screen for just a second so I can try to get Higgy.
I can invite him.
Okay, going off blue screen then. And then Energy, while I got you in here, yeah, you got the full results, stages and everything, yeah?
I gotta save my thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know if I have all the stages, but I got all the final results.
Okay. Let's see.
Where is he?
Get on the blue screen again, ladies and gentlemen. I got him. Don't take but a second.
Okay.
All right, going back to it. I'm gonna try to find this 4 car real quick since you're in here. Energy. So Venom did not get the job done tonight, as Eclipse is gonna come home victorious, right? But you guys work together. The name tells it all, right? Mo Power Nuka, Mo Power Energy. You guys obviously Mo Power, baby. How's the car? How's the race? How was the season opener with a new league?
Well, honestly, it was extremely smooth. The 4 of us, our 2 teammates plus Nuka, had the plan. We made the outside work 4 different times throughout that whole race, and it was pretty easy every time except for that last time. Duh got doored by the 7 or 8, or both of them. Got set in the wall there with about 2 to go, which, I mean, it was kind of just like last week. But, once we got out front, it was smooth sailing. I mean, it was a pretty smooth race, and happy with the outcome, man. Good stage points for all of us, and
yeah, I mean,
should be good
right,
team points.
Like, you guys definitely set a precedent, right? Like, as a team, you guys finished. I say as a team, right? If you include Nuka, which he's not a teammate, he's not an affiliate, that is Eclipse. But again, Mo Power and Mo Power, obviously, you guys are going to work together at these when you guys can. And you guys finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I say that whoever was in 4th may have been passed a couple times by the 7, but I think you guys didn't finish any worse than 5th anywhere. So I did see, you know, the wall bang on the 21. Really late block because the car was already there. They did what they had felt they had to stop the momentum, and because of that, it ended up actually costing them because the whole rest of the inside line ended up not being there anymore. Right, big wreck there, but. All in all, man, congratulations. Great way to show up and show out in a new league. So look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, gonna go to another Venom driver real quick. Higgy, you got your voice on always loud?
I sure did.
All right, so new team. Usually you're in a Toyota, you're in a Chevy. New captain. You've never been on my team, but now you are. New teammates that I don't know if you've ever even talked to, but you guys were in a chat together. Go over how's the communication as a group, and how you liking this season so far, starting out with top podium finish in that number 0 Chevy Camaro.
I mean, I feel like we all got along really well. I mean, I know these guys from GC and everything too, so it was very easy. Understood where each other were going to go when we were making the moves. I mean, it was some of the cleanest outside line passes that I've done with anybody. So, especially that last lap pass, it was one of the cleanest, hardest pushes I've been a part of. So it was a lot of fun, and we got a great team here with Venom on the Xfinity side, and
you could have just said Venom. You didn't have to add the extra little bit, but yeah, carry on.
Oh my God. Okay. But yeah, so I was just going to say I'm ready to take the momentum into next week. Like you said, we all finished 1, 2, 3, 4, including Luca. So.
Did you guys pit really early in comparison to the rest of the field, and then the 2 Fords pit the lap after, right? And so you guys were able to hook up and have a 6-car pack. Was that were you guys nervous that strategy wouldn't pan out when it was 6 on 6, right? I couldn't see the telemetry, right? But were you guys nervous that maybe it wasn't going to pan out there towards the end?
No, we were pretty confident with our plan. We were discussing it there in the last stage, and wanted to short pit and get some right side tires just to be safe. And we knew adding right side tires onto a can of fuel was already not going to add any seconds. So we just went ahead with that. And having the Fords with us there really did help out. And then when all the other people came out just one by one, it just helped us even more. So, but we were pretty confident with our decision early pitting.
Well, all right, man. Well, as captain, obviously, I'm hoping I get to interview you quite a few more times this season in the Xfinity Series as your broadcaster, right? But great job tonight. You did the team well, and really looking forward to seeing what you can do in a Chevy for once. I don't think I've ever seen you race a Chevy prior to the season, so congratulations, man.
All right, thanks, Teddy.
All right, going to go to our race leader. Hates his car, did not like the paint scheme or the number here. Nuka, you got your voice set to always loud?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Listen, I know they weren't your teammates, but I know you love those Mopower boys. They're your brothers in arms here. You got to explain, it's a new league for you, right? Like, you come in as a rookie, as did 2 other drivers that you were working with, right? And Daha and NRG. So 3 rookies working with one of the all-time greatest in the league of Higgy, and you guys were able to show up and show out and kind of dominate all in all, right? Like, you guys could go to the outside and make moves, you could stay on the inside, and nobody could get around you on the outside. So you got to feel really good about who you worked with, as well as coming home victorious in a season opener in a new league.
Yeah, no, it feels really good. I've been racing with Nanner for years now, and the other 2 guys have extensive experience in other leagues and whatnot. So rookies here doesn't necessarily mean that we're rookies doing this. Super speedway racing's got its own little niche and strategy and whatnot. And I felt like we were able to be really smooth and pull that stuff off so we could get to where we were. We showed in the first 2 stages that we weren't messing around, and then pulled the short put strat for the final stage, and it worked out for us because they kind of came out a little too spread out, or else it might have been a little harder for us. I know it didn't work out completely as planned because Daha kind of got a little contact from the 8 car, I believe, or 7 on a late block.
The 7 car. It was a 7 car, yeah.
Yeah, so the 7 car on that late block. But I mean, we were able to pull it off. It stinks that Daha wasn't up at the head of the spear like he was before, but we were still able to make it work. So I mean, I can't complain with the result, and I'm excited for next week.
Absolutely, man. And you actually, your team owner, he's over at GC. He's your team owner there too, right? So Eclipse is the only team that runs in both leagues, and you drive for him in both leagues. So that's got to be a feel good. Finally getting to bring him home a win, right? Like, you don't do so hot on the custom side all the time, right? But at least you're finally able to get him a win here as a team owner. And man, all in all, all I can say is great job, way to show up, way to show out, and I mean, you guys put on a hell of a show. When you guys went to the outside, you were able to be a dominant force. No other group of cars could go to the outside the way you guys did. So kudos and congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. Excited.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your podium finishers with their post-race interviews. I'm your... I guess the YouTube CEO, right? I'm Uncle Tatty. But Cobra, YouTube, Butters, the admin core here, these guys worked really hard to put on what the product that you guys are getting to see here on this YouTube. Again, they had the ARCA series going on live on the Cobra Esports YouTube. That's Butter's personal one. That's why we do the other series here. But yeah, tune in for the Cup race. They're going to go live around 9:30, 9:35. They'll be racing. So tune in for that. This is just race one of race one. Race two is going on. Race three, the main event's going to be coming on shortly. It's been a blast. I'm starting to know the Xfinity guys, so maybe next week I'll either have some help or know what the hell I'm talking about the whole time. But other than that, thanks for tuning in, and the Xfinity series, we'll see you next week. I'm not 100% certain where we're going. I think Atlanta. I'm pretty sure from here on out everything's in alphabetical order. But so Atlanta Motor Speedway, I believe, to be next week for the Xfinity cars. And so tune in here in about a half hour for the Cup Series. Thank you, and have a good night.